You were not supposed to survive. The war ended several years ago, and your side, inasmuch as you ever had a side that wasn't just learned selfishness, won. The parades were nice, sure. You enjoyed being a lowly hound all of a sudden thrust into the role of hero. It was a good change of pace. Hell, you think that even given enough time, you can get used to being recognized on the street and having bottles and meals paid for by a grateful populace. But enough time is the one thing you lack. You were not supposed to survive. The government, in all its infinite wisdom, kept a very important secret from the populace during the war. Piloting a mech is a death sentence, not just in terms of life expectancy, which is a lovely 25% chance to survive a 25-mission tour, not just in terms of the mental strain, making ending on your own terms seem like a reasonable decision. No, a mech pilot is doomed to death as soon as they get their allowed training hours, because that power plant that charges all those systems and subsystems and sensors and weapons, you're sitting on it the whole time, and it's leaking radiation of some kind most civvies have never heard of straight into the cockpit. Every hour of operation is a year's worth of exposure for power plant operators. And you, rockstar, would spend days in the field at times. You were not supposed to survive. The cancer diagnosis a year ago was unsurprising. The process of slowly dying from it is surprisingly difficult. Maybe if the government had revealed its dirty secret after the war, you'd be eligible for treatment. But you won, and neither of you need to pretend to care anymore. You could sue, but what good would that do to a dying miss? A trembling, terrified voice snaps you out of your melancholy. The revolver's on the table in front of the bitch with the flaxen hair, now stained red with ruby gouts pouring from her temples. You look at her sister cowering in panic as she realizes that the bullet was very much real and that cacophony meant poor sissy lost the game. They hadn't bargained for this when they approached the sexy war hero, who wore a side shave to hide the clumps of hair falling out and who only started coughing blood last week instead of during the war. The revolver, a new round loaded in the chamber, hums as it spins. You put the barrel up to the head of the younger sister, and she begs you through sobs. No, please, don't. The ammoniac stink of piss mixes with that of blood, and smoke choking this motel bedroom. She pissed herself. Poor thing. You laugh, and bloody spume flecks your lips and drips down your chin. The trigger slowly moves. They were good enough fucks, you suppose, but you have to entertain yourself somehow. After all, you were not supposed to survive.